going to begin by asking, I mean, whenever someone's made a film or a couple of movies that are successful and they sort of talk of a trilogy, I always imagine there's always a sense initially of being a bit apprehensive. So what was it about this project and this script that made you think this is a story I want to take further and I really want to get involved in this? Because it felt more grounded and gritty than the ones that came before.
Exactly. And that's why we went forward with it, because the other options that came to us, I thought, I'm not going to make a movie that's all set on just an airplane blowing up, Air Force One. We had that idea. And, like what direction we're going to take it. And so even when The Fugitive came along, the first script we had still wasn't right. But then going to Rick Roman Ward, director, and saying, how have we really grounded this and brought in themes of family, work, what it takes out of you, and the struggling to get the job done, and then put in this fugitive element where, we're onto a winner. It felt like we could actually surprise people and make something different.
And one of the things I liked about it was it sort of really explores your character's sort of vulnerability as well. Obviously, he's starting to question, I suppose, in some ways, whether he's still fit enough to carry on doing his job that he's able to do, sort of emotionally, physically. Yeah. I was just wondering, is there anything now in real life that you think I just can't do that like I used to? I mean, for example, every time I bend down now, I have to it's a real effort, and I make a real noise when I do it. I was just wondering, just now, is there anything that you just struggle with?
Yeah. I mean, this is my story. Yeah. Listen, going into an action movie is like going into a marathon every day, especially these action movies. The Olympus in London were hell to get through. They were fun, but they were hell to get through. So coming into this, without a doubt, this story really helped from where my character's coming from. That he's not what he used to be, and he knows it. And sadly, he's having to do things to cover that up. So then we come in with these great themes of addiction and lying, covering up, to the ones that you love, and where that can set you on the wrong path.
Because I mean, obviously, you had to recover from that terrible motorbike accident. I was just wondering, was it quite nervy getting back into kind of stunts and stuff, having been through all of that? And also, do you think in some ways it helped inform your performance in some ways? Because the character's kind of, he's kind of beat up, he's kind of been through quite a lot, and I guess you were coming into this having been through something yourself.
Yeah. By the way, I went through way more than the motorbike accident coming into this. I came in really shouldn't have been making a movie, and neither should he have been working, so it was but yeah, completely informed my performance, and working through. This is the thing about action movies, you can't, it's not like a sports team where you go, I'm injured, can somebody step in for me? You got to keep working, and sometimes you're working with 3 injuries, 5 injuries, and you just keep going, and that's, I guess, what Mike's great. He can't say, hey guys, I'm not feeling too good today, can you? Yeah.
And I loved Nolte and Morgan Freeman are great in this as well. And every time I see a movie that those two are in, I can't help but just spend my whole journey home just impersonating them, because they've got 2 of the most distinctive voices. Having spent that amount of time with them on set every day, did you just find on your way home at the end of back to the sort of trailer, that you were just casually I don't know, doing impressions of Nick and Morgan?
No, not really. Maybe I should, but I don't know. I guess maybe that's more from you because you're looking at it like that, whereas I'm working with them and they're my colleagues and they're my friends, and but
some more problem that I need to overcome, probably. Yeah.
I think it's great. It's on me.
So what is this it for the franchise now? Can you see yourself maybe going into doing a 4th, or are you quite happy with the
I'd be happy to leave it here, but who knows? I didn't ever. By the way, when I made the second, it was not even a thought in my mind that there would ever be a 3rd. I've always been surprised by the reception and how people have supported and gotten into these movies. So that's why the 3rd came along. But we took a gamble with this and took it in a different direction. I really think it's paid off. So if anything, it has allowed for it to explore in a new direction.
And just finally, All-Star Weekend obviously coming up, which looks really good. How was Jamie Foxx like as a director? It must have been great fun as well to work with Robert Downey Jr. on that one.
Yeah, it was great. Well, I mean, Jamie calls you up and goes, hey man, can you do play a Russian gangster, and you start in 2 days, and we only have some lines, but you can just come and improvise, and I'll do anything for you. I'll DJ your parties, I'll wash your dishes, I'll serve you. And so 2 days later or 3 days later, I was on set playing a Russian gangster in this movie, and it was a blast. He was amazing, and the team of people around him. It was the most fun I think I've ever had working on a set. I turned up going, what am I doing? Why did I say yes to this? Because I'm not known for my improvising skills, but I did in this movie, and it was so just the communion between everybody and the fun and the appreciation and where you could take it was a whole new experience for me. And I always love trying new things when you're acting. So, but who knows? I don't know what's going on with the movie. It's
Has he DJ'd your party then? Have you taken up on that offer?
What's that?
Jamie Foxx. He said
I never asked him, but he owes me, and he knows he owes me, and I will take him up on something. I like the idea of him serving me food rather than DJing my party.
Brilliant. Well, thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey, you